stuck here. The cops won't bother me. Well, squids, I'm thinking about doing something I did on my V-Strom, and that is darksiding. Darksiding is the practice, man. That Element is a bad boy. Didn't even stop at the stop sign. I am thinking about darksiding the Super Tenere. You know, one of the issues I've had before was completely wearing out tires on long rides. And you know, I've worn many tires and on many bikes. So for me, it's always been more of an inconvenience to wait for a tire, remove the tire, put the tire back onto the bike. So the darksiding, if you want to know what it is, it sounds ridiculous. It absolutely sounds like a massive, terrible idea. You put a car tire on your motorcycle. That's right, darksiding is putting a car tire on your motorcycle. When I first heard this, I thought, God damn, this guy likes riding on the highway and no twisties will ever be ridden. And when I first heard about this, actually it was when I rode my V-Strom 650 cross country. I met with a feller in Oklahoma, and he had a Yamaha Majesty, and his name was Tony Marchman, and he had a darkside tire on a scooter. And at the time I never really thought about it, because, you know, I thought, oh, it's a scooter. He doesn't like to ride hard, he doesn't like to go around corners, he lives in Oklahoma, so there's not a lot of twisties. And then I just looked at it and got like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I went for the same ride. I got to Utah, and I met Doug, who's a really cool guy, and he had a V-Strom 650 with a darkside tire. I was like, what the hell is that? Is that a car tire? And then he told me, yeah, that's a car tire. And we talked a bit about it. I still thought it was kind of silly, but on this ride, this cross-country ride that I did, I was like, I had to get 3 tire changes, 2 in the rear, 1 in the front. And each time I had to like find places to stop my riding in order to get it done. You know, for rears, I would go through rears every 10,000 miles. So every 10,000 miles, and even a little bit less, I would have to change my rear tire. And about 10,000 is the mileage for the front, but I think I usually get maybe 12,000 or so before they start to cup in the front. When I was riding back after I spent a lot of money on tires and bike shops, because, you know, when you get a tire at a bike shop and you're in the middle of Colorado and Utah and Washington, then you are kind of stuck paying whatever prices that they have and whatever stock that they have. So when I got to DC, voila, I needed another tire. So at that time I was like, man, you know, maybe darksiding might be something I'm going to try out. You know, I'm going to order a tire. It's going to be whatever price, and I'm going to try it out. If I don't like it, I'll just go back to whatever. It's no big deal because they're cheaper. But the thing is, darkside tires are really not that cheap. You save by just it lasting a very long time. But with that process of ordering the darkside tire and thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to ride it for like 2,000 miles, I'm going to be like that guy Fortnite who, you know, rode it for like a day or a week, and then go back to my usual, you know, life of wearing out motorcycle tires. But what I found is that darkside tires are about 90% as good as a motorcycle tire when it comes to handling. That's right, I said that. They are 90% as good as a motorcycle tire. And the reason I'm very surprised that people don't do darksiding more often because people don't have as much skills as they claim to have, and to get that extra 10% of the tire that you would get the benefits of a motorcycle tire, people are not riding at that level on the street. So it's kind of crazy that people think that it's worth it. I rode darkside for about 40,000 miles on the V-Strom, so it's kind of a crazy amount of miles. And the only reason I got 2 rear tires, I think I put 30, no, maybe like 25 on the first tire, 25,000 miles on a rear tire, right? And I still had plenty of tread. But because I kept getting flat tires for some reason, I was working in my house, so I kept getting like all of these holes and everything. I had to get another tire, and actually it might be the exception not to get 40,000 miles, because at 20-something thousand, like, the tire looked absolutely new. And as far as handling, I rode 2 up and alone to like Tail of the Dragon. I rode to California and back, so I did a lot of riding on that darkside tire, and I did a lot of riding off-road on the V-Strom on the darkside tire, and it was fantastic. I never had any wanting for a motorcycle tire. The thing is, when you get the darkside tire, it takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to it, because there is a rise that happens. So when you lean, you can kind of feel the bike going up slightly. But check this out, you actually have more contact patch on the ground, even in cornering, than you do on a motorcycle tire. So it's kind of insane that people don't realize it. So the downside with the darkside tire is actually an upside for me, is that you get to piss off a lot of motorcycle riders that want you to comply with them. You know, they want you to get a motorcycle tire, they want you to use the same oil. But I found that the darkside tire was much more stable than the motorcycle tire, and in just about every condition. So one of the disadvantages is when you're riding off-road, and even sometimes on the asphalt, if there is ruts, you know, like a dirt bike would create a rut, the tire tends to track straight. So if you're on the rut, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of get off that rut. Or also, if you're standing still like this and you don't realize it, but the road is like on an incline, then you will tend to, the bike tends to like stay straight. So it's a very minimal downside. You have to change a tire. I feel like it's wasted time. It's like so much labor. Just the tire changes themselves are a pain in the ass. I would rather be riding, and I think that's what darkside does for me. It keeps me more into riding as opposed to like doing tire changes. I think that a darkside tire works for me and my riding style. Like, I just don't feel like I need the performance of a motorcycle tire. The motorcycle tires are a little bit better for you as far as handling and stuff, but not that big of a difference in handling. And I think people would look at the tire and go like, that thing only goes straight. But it couldn't be further from the truth. All of these guys doing burnouts and stuff, I just want to go up to them and tell them, hey man, you can actually get a car tire and you can do more burnouts. It'll last you longer. You don't have to get a motorcycle tire for whatever price you just bought. Yeah, car tires are better for a lot of things, including burnouts, if you're one of the stunters. Hey, imagine this, all these guys doing wheelies on the Beltway. Wouldn't it be more stable too on a car tire? These are questions that you should ask. It just feels like a lot of people want to demonize this practice because on paper, man, this dark car tire on a motorcycle sounds just ridiculous. It does, I'll give you that. And I thought that as well. I thought it was really silly. It's like, what are these people doing? And then I tried it. And I tried it as a little kind of joke, because I thought, okay, these people are crazy, but I want to find out if they're really crazy. Turns out I am insane, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and you probably shouldn't do what I'm telling you. So thanks for watching, squids, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.